The master strategist in grabbing and winning election, President Alhaji Bola Tinubu, has called the ADC Coalition a coalition of confusion, stating in clear terms that many governors are still going to decamp the sinking ship of the opposition party to come to APC. But before we dive into these very details, it is no longer a hidden reality in the Nigeria of today that the battle for 2027 presidential election has just begun. Yes, whether you like it or not, in the past months and weeks, APC government, went further to convince Nigerians home and abroad that they are already campaigning for 2027, for what I will call a premature, campaigning, because we still have about 2 years ahead of us, before 2027. But from what we have seen, they devised series of machineries, attacks on P2B here and there, telling you that campaign has actually started prematurely ahead of 2027, informing you also that they are actually afraid of P2B. Yes, the breaking news that is currently trending on the internet space is that APC political party has just appointed a new national chairman. Yes, Professor Nentawe Yelwata, who hails from Plateau State. I can tell you, that is a strategic appointment from APC, and I will explain in due course why I said so. But what is very striking at the moment is that the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Alhaji Bola Tinubu, while addressing the members of APC political party, called the ADC Coalition a coalition of confusion. The master strategist. He went further to say that they will postpone their Congress till December this year, 2025, so that many other governors, many other senators who will decamp from the opposition party will have a place in APC, that there is nothing bad for people to abandon a sinking ship. While we are waiting for good governance and the reviving of our dear economy, APC government is busy planning how to win election come 2027. Make una listen to Alhaji Bola Tinubu.
It's been fulfilling and rewarding. I can report to you today that the economy that you inherited, wobbling, confused, is today stabilized, and we are making progress. One of our added critics at the earlier part of this administration reported the stride in the revenue, 43% achievement by now. I'm proud to say that the theme is working. And for you, you've done so much for our party, encouraging and supporting us. With peace, stability, we will do more. The administration's commitment to renew the hope of Nigerians is clear. I want to thank and pray for the governors of our party. Today, I think, counting, we have 23, and still counting. I thank all of you for show of love, solidarity, and accommodation, for your understanding. I could absorb the motion of accommodation to say, okay, we will shift or postpone or recognize in addition for all other spaces that is available, more members are still coming. So if we accommodate the congresses till December, is it? Yes, December. The motion is carried. Yes, thank you very much. That is making room for those who are still coming. And it's not a bad idea to abandon the sinking ship and be absent from a coalition of confusions. Our firm commitment, as we marked 2 years in office, it has been very rewarding.
And for those of you who are not very familiar with the current APC national chairman, this is the moment he was making remarks while accepting the office of the national chairman of the political party. Take a look.
President and members of NEC, let me express my profound gratitude to God and the leadership of the party, from the President to the governors and the National Assembly members and all members of NEC, for reposing this big burden and trust also in me to lead the party at this junction. Let me thank you also for picking me among millions of members of this party, and the party will see me good enough and responsible enough to take this party to the next level.
Well, in overall, the battle for who becomes the president of this country come 2027 is becoming very interesting. I, for one, I am not personally surprised about, the new APC national chairman, where he comes from Plateau State. You know what I mean? And in view of this, you will certainly remember that the retired APC national chairman, former, Mr. Ganduje, is from Kano State. But strategically, APC has, nominated and elected a new national chairman from Plateau State for a lot of strategic reasons in order to have, electoral advantage come 2027. The reason is very simple, and I can correlate the reasons with the current attack, which has been meted on P2B in recent time. Don't forget that P2B was maliciously prevented from, going to Benue State about 2 months ago by the, Reverend Father Governor Hyacinth. And don't also forget what happened to P2B in Edo State recently. APC is still going to roll out many strategic malicious plans, supposedly, for the south and the southeastern part of Nigeria. But now, focusing the discussion on the North Central, appointing a new national chairman from North Central, Plateau State precisely, is for a lot of reasons. If you begin to look at the statistics from the 2023 presidential election, P2B won Benue State with about 20,000 votes or 21,000 votes approximately. If you begin to look at that of Plateau State, where this new APC national chairman comes from, P2B won Plateau State clean and sweet with about 236,000 votes, defeating both APC and PDP. If you also now go to FCT, which is also one of the states in the North Central, P2B won FCT with about 281,000 votes. Now, strategically, APC is interested in making sure that this vote that P2B garnered in 2023 does not come forth again for him in 2027. Hence, the need to appoint a new national chairman from the North Central. Now, they cannot appoint a new national chairman from the South or the Southeast. Rather, they will use what I call the clueless political machineries we have in this region, to attack P2B left, right, back and forth. And that is already happening. Now, this is where I will have, issues with the ADC coalition. There are a lot of tantrums, a lot of, speculations going on now. What is actually happening with the ADC coalition? What is the intention of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar El-Rufai seems to have given up his political ambition for presidency, maintaining that it is the turn of the South to produce, a presidential candidate. I don't know the veracity of that very information in fullness, 100%, but only time, will tell. But from what we can see, Rotimi Amaechi is still going further, putting up momentum that he is one of the contestants. And Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is also going forth, doing some small campaigns that he is the man that the cap fits most. Some persons are also speculating that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is likely to pick Rotimi Amaechi as a running mate. While all of these speculations are going on, there are a few things that we must, go home with as take home from this very section. If Atiku goes with Rotimi Amaechi, the coalition will fail. It is very certain. I can tell you from the bottom of my heart. Except Peter Obi does not contest. And even if Peter Obi does not contest, many Nigerians, especially the obedient movement, will never support a ticket for Atiku and Rotimi Amaechi. You can take that to the bank. And secondly, Atiku should understand the importance of time and season. I've said it in my previous videos that Atiku at this material time should become an elder statesman and be the champion, the hero of 2027 victory that will throw Alhaji Bola Tinubu out of office. There will be no gain for Atiku to come forth at the primary and spend thousands of dollars in order to win the ticket and go to the ballot and lose the election. It will be a colossal loss and a colossal, dilemma for him for the rest of his life, as long as his political career is concerned in Nigeria. Because if he does not apply caution now to tame this his presidential ambition, he will still invest those thousands of dollars and he will lose. I remember what he said during the 2023 presidential election. He said that the Labour Party does not have structure. They do not have governors. They do not have senators. That victory in Nigerian politics depends on those structures. Surprisingly, Peter Obi never had any structure, any governor, any senator. Look at the election result of 2023, even with all the manipulations and all the riggings, from the ruling party. Atiku had about 6.9 million votes. Peter Obi had 6.1 million votes without structure, without governor, without senator. It was that election, that victory, that produced one LP governor today in Nigeria, in Abia State, Governor Alex Oti. It was that same election that produced senators and members of House of Rep in this country, Nigeria. So what justification does Atiku have to contest for 2027 election in place of Peter Obi? There is no justification for that because he will certainly lose. And if for any reason Atiku goes into contest this time, why Peter Obi contests from another political party, Atiku may struggle to get up to 4 million votes in Nigeria. You can take that to the bank. Look at what has happened to PDP today. PDP is almost structureless. With the presence of Nyesom Wike playing both wings, both sides, playing with PDP, playing with APC, nobody can tell where he is, because of his own personal interest and ambition in order to remain, politically relevant in the polity. It is crazy and terrible. So Atiku do not read handwriting on the wall. He always believes that his money will always save him. But it's not always about money. People will take your money and still vote their conscience. And the conscience we are talking about in the Nigeria of today, where hunger has infiltrated many families, damaged many destinies, and destroyed many hopes. Nigerians will take that your money and still go ahead to vote for Peter Obi. I can tell you this 1,000 times. So, with all the strategic plan that APC is currently making, if Alhaji Atiku Abubakar does not see the handwritings on the wall, knowing that the odds are against him come 2027, knowing that time and season will not favor him come 2027, if he does not respect his old age and come out with all his thousands of dollars and use it to support Peter Obi and whoever that the North brings as a running mate, except if you want to run as a running mate to Peter Obi, that is also fine. But with the way APC is planning, gearing up, I hope that the coalition does not end up as a coalition of confusion, at the end of the day, because the way Atiku is going and the way Rotimi Amaechi is going is not actually something to be very proud of. Look at the coalition that removed Goodluck Jonathan from office. A candidate was ab initio, selected a candidate was ab initio decided upon, and that is late President Muhammadu Buhari. If this coalition does not put their heads together to arrive on giving Peter Obi the presidential flag bearer and continue to dig dial and do all of these shenanigans and abracadabra, it will be a failed mission, and APC will clinch the victory of 2027 with all their machineries and rascalities in politics. I hope that this message gets to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and all the members of that very coalition. Well, at this point, we are not giving up. We must salvage this country, Nigeria, and take it back from this APC cankerworm of governance, which has, in the last 10 years, brought more hardship and more pains to many homes and families in this country. At this point, I'll allow you guys to be the judge. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. Man, another person see him. God bless you.